effectively, I'm coming back from a round trip mission success. It almost was and also had to do some damage control because of the emergency nature of my situation and everything like this. In the middle of it like this, trying to get to that neurology appointment, which basically I was going off the top of my head since all of my paperwork was stolen as it was. Because I had limited internet sitting there on hold, waiting to verify all this stuff through the medical system. You know how that goes. I wasn't about to burn up all of my internet doing that because I have to pay for it. So I came down to it. Luckily, I managed to get tied right into the proper thing. I answered it. I caught it right after lunch hours. And I still would have actually made it. That's the crazy thing. I had it run straight to the line on the wire. So that's my positive note to this. And so I don't have to worry about it for another week, but at this point, now to make sure it doesn't happen again, because after the sunlight and stuff, now I don't have to worry about it because I've got until Tuesday. So, but basically it was at 11. So if I would have had the same problems with the check not showing up and having to run all the way halfway across the town to get everything done, it would not, I would have missed it. Guaranteed. So this was not a drill, this was definitely a thing. So now I can plan accordingly because my main check is still at not showing up. I'm just on emergency money right now. So, at least my kids plan. I'm going to grab something to eat. And I'm putting money aside so that way I am not having issues. Okay. Focus right now. I had my kittens on the dang top shelf. I head over just miss my stuff. Right to the as bright on my eyes as it is that camera. Anyway, that's about it. Other than now I can actually invest properly in winter gear. Here's another thing. Yeah, I'd rather have this one too. Here's a crazier thing. All the same thing's going to happen the next round, next week, if I still have these check problems. In fact, worse, if my checks had shown up on time, I would have invested in all my camping gear. I would have had taxing money, of course, but just saying, I would have basically been sitting there with basically tapped out waiting for the next check, so I would have money to grab something while I was out and about at that point, food. Yeah. That's generally like, and good thing too, here comes the post too, so good news. I could, fingers crossed still, but the checks could have showed up at this point. But the point is, it's now like 1:46. 2 o'clock to find out if my checks were going to show up at all today. And I thought the appointment was either 2 or 3. So I was shooting for basically 2. I was going to contact I contacted their office at 1. Got them right on the phone after lunch. Hey, I'm good at doing that kind of shit. I am good at office work like that when it comes down to on the wire timing. Every second counts. Now, unfortunately, tougher places where some of that kind of mentality comes off a little forceful. It's like every second counts with this kind of shit. It's the real business world. Seconds Milliseconds. Every second counts. I'd be out there and trying to make literal business calls just to take care of neurological level business. In public, and I'm like, well, this is what happens when you have to, have your office out in public. In fact, conduct, office calls in public. It's like, hey, let me just volunteer all of my personal information out to the whole world, but I've got no choice. Anyway, so I'm grabbing something to eat. I'm a little bit worried about my kittens being on the table, but my buddy's got it covered. I gotta make sure I got him covered so he's got work, I think today or tomorrow. So I help him out with some bus money so he can get to work. Yeah. And my lady friend, she's gonna have to kind of decide what the hell she's doing for real. Because it's one thing to have two people out there, but as soon as you got the third, it's too much. It really is. And it's like the thing is, she had a place lined up, and then the lady literally flipped on her. So she lost all of her clothes at that point. Yeah, and her blanket, everything. And of course, she comes back in tears. This crazy lady left her basically stranded to walk all the way back. Wouldn't let her into the car, wouldn't let her, It's like, these are, I only have words of wisdom. Whether it's, you gotta stop trying to make deals with crooked people that are even half shifty. But I guess she thought she knew the lady. Who knows? Not my business, but I told her this is like, it's gonna be a 3 times you land here rule. And you're done straight, you're on the second landing here rule. This is not supposed to be, it's not a camp. It's literally me sitting there holding on to my ass as I'm waiting for a parcel of land to open up for an apartment because everything has to go through my payee. I'm already on list waiting. It's faster to find someone to rent directly to my payee in regards to my dang situation. It's half the reason I got one. I'm not supposed to have one. But never mind. Oh, shit. I forget they even allow recording in the lobbies over here. But anyway, I'm getting something to eat. Take care of business. That is the lowdown. Z out.